In this video, we're going to talk about expenses. So an expense is a cost incurred by a business in its ongoing efforts to generate revenue. So this is very important because you're never ever going to spend money in a business if it doesn't help you earn a revenue. For instance, telephone bill, your telephone expense, you need your telephone to run your business. So that's an expense that you're going to incur because you have to talk to customers, you have to talk to suppliers, etc., etc. Expenses represent the money spent or resources consumed to carry out the day-to-day operations of the business. This is also very key because expenses happen on a day-to-day basis, correct? So for example, if you're selling your products that you're producing, the key expense is that of cost of goods sold. So that happens on a daily basis. These costs are necessary for running the business and are deducted from the revenue to calculate profit. Another word for profit is net income or net earnings. So essentially, on the income statement, the two main accounts that go on the income statement are your revenues, which is income that you generate, subtracted by your expenses, the cost is incurred, consumed, or used up to arrive at the profit. Now, there are four key examples of expenses. The first one is that of cost of goods sold. So cost of goods sold, for instance, and let's just say hypothetically that we're business partners and we manufacture water bottles. So to manufacture these water bottles, it costs us money. So once we actually sell our water bottles, we're also losing value in the business, or in other words, an expense arises, and that specific expense in relation to the water bottle is that of cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold is the direct cost of us producing those water bottles. Another expense is depreciation expense. This is when we buy like a vehicle or like a building and it's depreciating in value. Another one is income tax expense. So obviously we have to pay taxes to the government if you're a business. So in this situation, that's the cost of doing business, and we have to incur that expense no matter what. And then we have selling and administrative expenses. So selling and administrative expenses is essentially other expenses such as salaries expense, rent expense. We have to pay our professional fees, such as we have to pay our lawyers, our accountants, etc., etc. So even though we have four examples here, there are many more expenses, which we're going to talk about in a later video.